Good evening and welcome back to my channel. So this is Stephanie Edwards, and for my topic this afternoon I will be discussing about disciplining and how parents can discipline their children, because especially in a society that we are living in right now, we were told not to beat our kids, but at the same time, as a parent you cannot manage your children, and these children get out of hand, and when they go on the street, the same police that told you not to discipline your child or not to hit your child, they are the same one out there beating your child, shooting your child, killing your children. So as a parent, what are we supposed to do? They so for instance, you have a child, and something happened and you hit your child to discipline their child. They come and they take that child from you and they put that child in the system that they put them in is even worse. The child has been abused in the system, they have been raped, they have been molested. So many things happen to your children when they take them out of your house, your loving house, because you might discipline them, and the government think it's not appropriate. So they took that child from you and put them into a home that is even worse than where they're taking it from. So tonight, I'm gonna have my co-host here, Miss Kamara Otar. So we're gonna be discussing about the whole idea of discipline. So Miss Kamara, take it away. Let's hear what she have to say.
Okay, good afternoon, listeners. Okay, so being a parent, my point of view is that children they don't come with a manual. So there's no know-how or instruction on how to raise a child. It's an individual thing. And I mean, discipline a child is necessary for good upbringing. However, there are different methods of disciplining a child. For one, you can have the naughty corner. You can have taking away a toy. And for me, coming from Jamaica, my upbringing was the beating. It didn't kill us. However, going on a biblical aspect, the Bible says, spare not the rod and spoil the child. You can find that in Proverbs 13, verse 24. So, it's an individual thing how you grow a child. You can do your best sometimes and the child don't end up being as how you would want the child to become. And nothing is wrong with that. The justice is where you have done your part as a parent and has set certain guideline and help where that is concerned. I have nothing against beating. I got a whole lot of that and I am still here. I think it has formed me into the woman I am today. And being a parent, I have tried with my daughter to set certain guideline and I have high expectations of her, but so what if she don't meet them? That's nothing to kill her over. So it's an individual thing. Sometimes you do your best and your best still isn't good enough.
Yeah, and that's a good point. And yes, putting a child in the naughty corner, taking away that toy or stuff like that. But that's for kids. You cannot put a 15-year-old in a naughty corner. You cannot take away a toy from a 15-year-old because they are over that. And I think a 15-year-old is basically, I'm not gonna say too big to get whooping right now. So, but my 15-year-old, I don't really think I have the strength to whoop a 15-year-old right now. Well, when I was much younger and I'm more strength, that's a different story. But every day you watch the news and you see all these young children out there, they're doing killing, they're doing shooting, they're joining gangs and stuff like that. Some of these parents, they have done their best, and some of them did not try it because For me as a parent, and I'm a mother for two kids and a son and a daughter, they are different like day and night. They are two different children. But one thing I can tell about these children, they have a discipline, they have manners, and they know how to behave. And I didn't have to beat them. I didn't have to punish them. From they were young, you teach them certain discipline and you teach them certain principle, and they grow up with those principle. As I would tell my son, as old as he is right now, I said, never curse in front of an adult, never try to disrespect an adult. And he grew up with those principle. And most men his age, because he's men right now, he's 27, so he's a man. And most men his age, they think they know it all, and they go ahead and go about and disrespect everyone they come across, especially if you say something to them that they does not like, right? And so it's all about how you bring up your child and some of the discipline that they instill in you. I'm an adult right now, and the discipline that was taught to me as a child, that's what that's what keeps me right now. I would never disrespect an elder, especially someone who's older than me. Yes, sometimes you might not see eye to eye with that person, and before I should disrespect that person, I walk away. Yes, you have, especially you have some old people, they will push you the button to the limit. But I try my best, never try to disrespect an elder. I walk away. If I have to walk away and count to 10, as what they would say, count to 10 before you react. I try to do that. So those are some of the way. But right now, what I think about most of these, especially millennium parents, they want to be friends with your children. I'm not saying you cannot be your child friend. No, definitely you cannot be your friend. You cannot be friends with your children. You have to be the parents. When your children is grown, you can become their friends. But when your children is small, you're supposed to be the parents. You're not supposed to have your children telling you what they want to do. You're supposed to make the rule in these children's lives. For instance, if your child come home and said, "Mother, I need a phone," for instance, a 7 or 8 year old come home and said, "I need a phone." You as an adult supposed to know that, okay, this child isn't ready for a phone as yet, because it's going to occupy their time, and they're going to spend more time on that phone, and they're going to neglect their books or stuff like that. Yes, when they're at home, you can give them your phone to play with and stuff like that. But I don't think a 7 or 8 year old right now ready for a phone. What are you gonna do with a phone? Where are you gonna call? Right? So these are some different principles, and some of these children, if they don't get it, they throw tantrum and they behave, and because you want them to behave, you said, okay, okay, fine, I'll buy you that phone. For me, no. You're gonna tell that child, listen, when you reach 12 or 13, I'll give you a phone. For now, you're not going to get a phone. If they want to cry and throw a tantrum, that's their problem. They must stop. But never give in to a child because they're throwing a tantrum. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree with some of what you said. However, let me elaborate on my method of disciplining. All right, so I spoke earlier about the uh, naughty corner and the toy. However, for the 15-year-old and over, I mean, you can take away privilege. If they normally go to the mall with friends, you can say no, not this week, or you can ground them. Like, okay, if it's not school, if it's not church or family time, you don't get to go out. So, I want to say to parents, do not handicap your children by making their lives easy. Challenge your children. And as I said, sometimes as parents, you do your best and your best is still not good enough. Because as I said, they don't come with instruction. You just have to play your part as a parent and do what is necessary. And parents, pray for your children. Trust me, that
Amen.
helps.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Mm-hmm. And so that is the conclusion of my topic this afternoon. I want to thank Miss Kamara Attar for being a guest on my program this afternoon. I think well, I hope at least one or two persons will take something away from this message this afternoon. You don't have to beat your child for your child to listen. There's a way for you to reach out to your child. Take something from them that they want, right? But until next time, this is Stephanie Edwards. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon.